Hey everyone, in this lesson we're going to be learning about how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. Our objective is I can subtract fractions with unlike denominators using area models. In the lessons before this, you've learned from Ms. Wise how to draw your rectangles for area model, and she has given us some steps to follow. So we're going to go over those real quick. So the steps to follow is the first step is you're going to draw your rectangular pictures for the fractions that you have. The second step is in the first pick, you have vertical lines. In the second pick, you have horizontal lines. Step 3, you're going to shade your pictures. Step 4, we're going to merge our lines from one picture to the other. Step 5 is you're going to count your shaded pieces all together, which is going to give you your answer. So she did this with adding, and it's basically the same thing with subtraction. So we're going to go ahead and try a couple problems with me as I show you and talk you through it, and then you're going to have a few problems to try by yourself. All right, our first fraction problem that we're going to have is 5/7 minus 2/3. So we're going to draw our pictures here. Remember that they are rectangle. So drawing 5/7. That first picture, your lines are vertical. So I need to cut this into 7 pieces. And then I'm going to shade in 5 because 5 is our numerator. Just as Ms. Wise said, we don't necessarily need to shade it completely because we need to see our work. We are subtracting in this one, and now I'm going to draw my 2/3. Remember, in our steps, first picture is vertical, second picture is horizontal. So my denominator is 3. I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces, and I'm shading in 2 pieces. All right, so we've done step 2 and step 3. We have our shaded fractions in a picture. Now we're going to merge our lines. I'm going to take these 2 lines and put it into this picture. So now I have cut this picture into thirds. Now I'm taking these 6 lines and I'm going to put it into this picture. Doing this, we're creating a common denominator to have the same denominators. So we now have merged our lines. We're now going to count how many we have for each one. So for this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 shaded. This one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 shaded. And we're subtracting, so that means we're going to take 15 minus 14, which is going to give us 1. And when we draw our picture, again, we need to draw it with each of the lines. So we cut it into 7ths, and then I'm going to cut it into thirds. So now my answer matches what we've created here. And since we said we had 15 over here and we're subtracting 14, we have 1 that is left in shaded. So we have 1. Now we're going to figure out what our denominator was. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we're left with 1 out of 21 pieces. All right? So we're going to do one more problem. This time, our problem is 4/5 minus 2/3. So remember those steps. Step 1 is to draw our rectangular pictures for our fractions. So we have first picture is cut into 5ths. Remember, your first picture has vertical lines. Cut it into 5ths. I have 4 shaded in. My picture matches my fraction. Subtracting, now we're drawing this picture. And again, this one is in thirds, and 2 are shaded. Now, step 4 is merging our lines. So we're going to take these 4 lines to this picture. And then we're going to take these 2 lines to this picture. So now they are even pictures, which means we're going to have an even denominator now. We're going to count our shaded pieces. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 shaded here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shaded here. We are subtracting. 12 minus 10 is going to give us 2. So when we draw our final picture, we know that we're going to have 2 shaded in, but we have to make sure that we draw it like these up here. So I have my cut it into thirds. Now I'm cutting it into fifths. So now they match, and we know that 2 are shaded because we had 12 and then we took away 10 pieces. So 2 are shaded. So 2 are shaded, which is our numerator. Now we have to figure out our denominator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we had 2 shaded out of 15 total pieces. So just as you are doing this, it's like adding, but now we're taking away. Remember your steps that Ms. Wise has given us, and go try your practice.